If you're new to my channel, welcome. And if you've been here before, thank you for coming back. Today I'll be doing this candy corn inspired collaboration with Paradis. The link to her channel will be down in the description box. If you want to see how I came up with my look, you already know what you got to do. Let's just jump right into it. I'm just going to speed through my foundation routine because I already have a video specifically dedicated to my foundation routine, and in my last video I did go into a bit of a detailed description on how I do my foundation and highlight and contouring, and I'll put a link to both of those videos somewhere along the top of the screen so that you can go back and look at those if you'd like to. For all my liquid and powder foundation products, I am using the Gem Blender, which has cut down on my routine tremendously because I don't have to keep swapping out brushes. I do everything with this one Gem Blender. Now, while the routine is the same, the difference between this video and my last one, I'm using right here the Black Opal Finishing Powder in medium instead of the AJ Crimson Bamboo. And for the perimeter of my face, I'm using the Black Opal Finishing Powder in dark instead of the Maybelline Fit Me dark. And let's get into the eye work. To start off with, I'm going into the original Nubian palette from Juvia's Place and taking that kind of orangey brown terracotta, I guess, color to use in the transition area. Then on a small tapered blending brush, I'm going right into the crease with that matte brown eyeshadow from that same original Nubian palette. And because I did want this to be a cut crease, but without that really harsh, defined cut crease that, we're kind of getting used to, I'm just going to go in with this Sasha Cosmetics concealer in the color Mocha. And for my first color, I'm going in with this white pigment called Snow from JJ Cosmetics. My intention was to use the yellow and orange from the Juvia's Place Zulu palette, but as you can see here, the yellow is not very pigmented in that palette, and this is the first time I've ever been disappointed in a shadow from Juvia's Place. Where it overlaps the white, it shows up really well, but once it gets on its own on top of that concealer, it kind of just gets chalky and disappears. But yellow, it really is a difficult color, and I've experienced that with just about every palette that I've tried that had a yellow in it. And again, I'm going in with a JGL pigment, and this one is in the color Yellow, and I put that over the yellow from the Juvia's Place palette. And back to the regularly scheduled excellence of the Juvia's Place. I'm going back to the Zulu palette for the orange, and I'm going to put that on the outer third of my eye. And now to go in with the same brush that I used for the yellow and the orange, I'm just going to blend the border and really blend the two together. And I'm going to go in on the outer V with that orange where I felt I lost some of the pigmentation. So taking a very, very small, this is actually a paintbrush, I'm going to go in and add a little bit more of that matte brown where I felt some of it, blend it out and got lost, just to create a bit more intensity in the cut crease, but without making it that harsh line that, you know, most cut creases tend to have. And then I'm going to go back into the terracotta color from the original Nubian palette and just add a little bit more of that back into the transition area. And I'm really not a fan of that on fleek, ultra defined brow. So all I tend to do is groom my brows by brushing them into place and then extending the tails out a little bit so that they're even. And I'm just going to take this Iman eyeliner pencil in black ink and tightline the upper and lower waterlines. And to set that pencil and to add a little color down to the lower lash line, I'm going back into the Zulu palette with that same orange that I use on the outer V. And finally, getting to my favorite part, I'm going in with Teacup Cosmetics Ultra Matte Lipstick in the color The New Black. And then I'm taking the Teacup Cosmetics lip liner in the color Cocoa and going across the perimeter of my lips to kind of tone down the brightness of that orange. I'm gonna have to finish my lashes and mascara at work because I'm about to be late. So get dressed, go to work, and I'll come back with the finished look. After I made that little announcement, I did go back in with the Iman pressed powder in dark and use a buffer brush to set the rest of my face with that powder. And here's the final look. Don't forget to go and check the description box so that you can go and check out Sarah's video. As always, I thank you for watching. Please leave me a comment, give me a thumbs up, and subscribe if you haven't already.